So, welcome back everybody. We're gonna make a mega flower bed. We're talking 4 by 10 foot flower bed. Everything included: fertilizer, the bricks, the cinder blocks, the potting soil, everything under 200 bucks budget. Which a traditional raised flower bed, nice pretty ones you buy online, those are 200 bucks. And I'm getting one 3-4 times the size depending on the make and model here. So Richie right now is flattening all this out. We're gonna do 8 cinder blocks one way, 8 cinder blocks the other way, 2 and 2. These are 16 inches. This will be well over 10 feet, about 4 feet wide. It's gonna be a big flower bed. There you go. Over here, bud. No, the other direction, sir.
Which way?
Laterally, like this. Turn it, flip it up. Yup. That way this kind of gets in here pretty flat and straight, you know. I think a big gaps, you know, we're going to lose a lot of stuff and it's not going to pull, but, you know, I think if we get just a little bit, it's not perfectly flush, that's fine. The dirt, I'll fill that in. So I'm shimmying these up and then I'm going to fill these all full of concrete. And that's really just going to hold them all in place. That's going to be one heavy block. So these are not very deep. And my thought process is by the time a plant reaches this far down, it should be able to penetrate down to that soil too. This, I'm just giving it a very shallow, just nutrient rich bed to grow. And then once it gets past that, those roots are strong enough to start digging into this harder soil. Instead of the wood, because the wood, no matter how much you paint it, it starts to break down pretty quick. It starts to start decomposing, and especially out here with the temperature swings, it wants to just warp all over the place crazy like that too. So I decided to go with the cinder blocks. Also the cinder blocks, you're getting a lot more space for your buck for what I paid for, including the soil, fertilizer, bricks, and the concrete. Everything out the door is less than those traditional flower beds, those thin metal ones you buy online. And this is a lot sturdier. Swings in temperature, it'll get from just about 20, the high 20s to dang near 120, and that switch of temperature just warps and twists wood bad. It does bad things to wood. And if I just paint this stuff and do all that, that's not going to really work. And then I saw the raised flower beds that are metal that you can buy and assemble them, and those look really slick. But for me, it's all with the ROI. I'm not here to look good, I'm here to feed my family. And for $200, I can buy one, no joke, 1, 2, 3, 4 times bigger than what I'm buying for one of those metal ones. And not only that, That includes the fertilizer, and that also includes the soil. I just have to go with what works best for my family. And me, I have so much space out here. It's all about the most bang for my buck. I'm not like a little backyard. This fenced in 30 by 50 foot area, I could probably easily build 4 more of these and fill them all in like this. Me, I just have to go big, commercial, go big or go home. Because my goal is 100% grow all my food right where I'm standing. Be my own grocery store, full independence. That's the goal. Concrete. This is concrete.
Can I try?
Yeah, so scoop a little bit in. Put it in there. And start filling in these holes right here to make these really secure. Now, these little holes inside, I'm going to fill them full of a little bit of potting soil and maybe do some ornamental flowers, or just whatever's going to get the pollinators in this direction. A little pump down there, I took this attachment off, right? So instead of being a waterfall now, it goes up through this pipe, okay? And then it circles underneath inside here. I drilled a whole bunch of holes in this underneath all of this sand, dirt, soil underneath. So it goes up through all of that, then it drains out. Now, the water quality has dramatically changed. It's a little cloudy because the dirt and sediment still in here, still trying to settle down. But I've seen the color just change from a gray to a clear overnight. And these are starting to grow. Look, these are already starting to pop up overnight. This growth wasn't like this. This was underwater last night, right? And then it went this whole bit up top. That's within 12 hours. So these here are already soaking all that excess nitrogen and everything else out of the water. And I see the whole thing just changing. And that is all of my water from my washing machine coming down into here and filling this whole thing up. And that's how I get all my water. It's working out great. I honestly have not had to actually pay for water in a long time to water my garden. This is all I've been using for months. Works out great. And now that that's filtering it really, really well on this side, in no time this spring, I can put fish in here. You can definitely see a water quality change. The only thing is I can't use my dishwater anymore for this. It's just too dirty, it's too hard to clean it. So I'm just gonna use my washing machine, and washing myself is gonna be this water from now on. I put in the concrete, I've let that set overnight, wet that in here. And now what we have here is over 2.5 feet by a little over 10.5 feet long. And I'm only a hair over $100 for this entire build, including everything I'm gonna put inside here. So let's get this thing filled up. Right now I'm gonna go grab some compost that's almost composted that I'll put across the entire bottom here. Let that continue to break down. Then I'll put the nice potting soil over top. So the plant will germinate, and as it grows, it's gonna grow into that compost. As that compost breaks down, it grows, the compost breaks down. It's kind of doing the same time. Boom. It works out great. That's what I did over here. So this stuff is probably 80% of the way there broken down. There's still some big stuff in here. And what that's also gonna do is have a real good barrier at the bottom, so that way water can't protrude underneath. They'll kind of hold everything. And all of that's gonna continue to break down the bottom. So this is half a potato that I threw inside there and chopped up in my compost, and it sprouted half a tater just sitting there. It's pretty cool. Here, Rich, I'll give you this And I also got a pumpkin over here, a couple pumpkin seeds that just sprouted in this compost. I'll give you that to grow in your little garden too, Richie, okay?
Okay.
All right, let me get those out. All right, Richie, go over there, lightly water this. This one's not gonna make it. This one's too, this one ain't gonna make it. This one maybe. That one just didn't get far enough in the dirt. This whole thing with this compost. Now this compost is most of the way broken down, not 100%. It's going to be way too rich to plant just straight in here. So this is going to be a thin layer across the bottom. All the top is going to be good potting soil. So as the plant grows, it'll grow into the compost as the compost is slowly breaking down, releasing all that nutrient. This is a good 8 inches of perfect soil. And what that's going to do is by the time it hits this native stuff, it can go a little further if it really wants to. And it's allowing everything to connect as far as biology. Now, the earth is grounded. It's ground. It's neutral. And it's really important even to be barefoot for a person to be able to touch that neutral ground and connect with that. And the same thing with your plants. When I first started gardening, I under fertilized everything. I was always afraid my plants were gonna get burned, they're all gonna die. Honestly, most people do. They under fertilize. This right here, 4 pounds of this heavy stuff here, this is 1 fruit tree of a season. You probably would do it on a small fruit tree would need this entire bag. Honestly, for me, I like to go thick and heavy. Works out really well. So the tops of all the radishes, maybe the middle of the stems of the collards, that goes to him and the other rabbit I have, and they eat that down, make that cold manure, bam, instantly back fertilizer, and I rotate that back into the plants. It is a quick process and it works out great. She has her little pet rabbit and I have great fertilizer. Look what I found in the potting soil. Rock. A little bit of filler, huh? Come on, keep going, buddy. You can tell this is really good, fine potting soil. This is gonna hold water really well. This is a good buy for $3. Watering it to tamp down the soil. That way with this heavy wind, it's not going to blow all this away on me. So I'm thinking about either tomatoes or putting more sweet potatoes. What y'all think? What should I put in this garden bed? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe.